All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the review for Ledenon. I'll try and make this pretty simple. I'll just follow the cars with the most exciting, probably be better. So let's
More
get
than I am.
started. I think the first crash I saw here was right into this corner. Yeah, right here. Okay. Well, right off the bat, I mean, you can see it's pretty much netcode, but no matter netcode or not, I mean, it would have still happened. You know, the speed at which he was going into Luke was gonna happen no matter what. But I'd say the main thing is Luke did possibly miss the entry by a little bit by going wider. But again, I feel like in a race, you should always anticipate that in Rodrigo's place. So if I was Rodrigo, I probably would have left him a bit more space because you never know what can happen with the driver in front of you, right? So it's always a good idea to just stay a bit more wide, especially in turn one at lap one. So he's waiting for me. All right. Oh, here we go. All right. Over here now. Let's see what happened. Okay. So Luke, I don't want to focus Luke here. I'm just looking at what's most exciting. Okay, this is not my choice. Um, I think missed his apex by a little bit. Um, so you stop steering as much, sort of ran wide, and the A&W car here did not expect that at all. You can see, kind of killed both of you, and oh, okay, Castrol car got away. So that is to keep in mind. I think it's just always to hold the line, hold your line on the corner, no matter what, especially lap one. Because there's so many cars. I mean, we're almost going three wide here. I wouldn't say four wide, but a good three wide. So it's really important. Like he's riding the curb to make sure no one gets there. He's leaving a car with. I think it was just a little bit of a miscalculation, but that's fine. So that's to keep in mind.
Ah!
Let's see what happened here. So, because I just saw that. Oh my God. Okay. Um, let's look at Zachary. Okay. So a crash happens in front. So right off the bat, Zachary sort of have to like clear out of this car because he slows down a bit. He recovers though. I think the main thing is for the purple car, there wasn't really anything you could do, right? That's just life. I mean, you can't go left, but to dodge him going right, you'd have to basically go like super far out, or else that's what happens. Again, ideally hold your brakes. This would have been avoided, I think, if Red Bull car here would have held the brakes a bit more, because you can see it just starts rolling back. But apart from that, I think the main thing is when you are trying to dodge a car spinning out, the trick is to go where they already were. So let's say cars are spinning here and you were positioned more here than here. I would recommend it go where they already were, so point in the left direction because they were basically going and then they spin out, they go right, so you go left. But in this situation, you have to preemptively think that they're not going to hold the brakes and just completely go out. So that's a bummer. And he was, I think, flat out and couldn't really react to your move, which is fine. It happens.
Ah!
That's around it. I'm just gonna mute this. So that was a little issue, but that's fine. Next up, now A&W car. I don't know what happened here. Big carnage. Okay, ideally you don't move out the way in a crash. You should probably just stay where you are. And it is annoying because you got to stay there and just let everyone pass you. If you don't let everyone pass you, I don't think you guys can see this, but if I turn left here, you can see that there's a lot more cars coming. So ideally, you don't move because or you back out because if you go forward, of course someone's gonna be there. But in this situation, you can't move. But he starts going forward when there's a car clearly coming. No one can react to that. Sort of just I think creates more chaos in the back. But honestly, this comes with time. Um, it's not the end of the world. Pretty funny in my opinion, but all right, let's keep going. Oh, okay, we got another car spinning out here. What happened? Oh, okay. So a little side by side going through wide. So Greg here turns in pretty late compared to the two other guys. Probably preference choice. I'm not too sure. And that does result in Bryce here getting sort of thrown up. I think the main idea here is again, I wouldn't say like stay super wide in Bryce's position. Like don't start like following the white line and be super wide. But at the same time, um, in this league or in in SOF lobbies that are a bit lower, it's always a good idea to be a lot more cautious going side by side with any car, and almost always checking your mirrors because I think if Bryce was checking his mirrors here, or his, I guess, looking left a little bit if he has triple screens, or ideally triple screens, but if he doesn't, mirrors would work too. I think he would have realized the car was a bit too close and he could have veered off. But yeah, it's when you're doing a side-by-side action or lap one, it's always mirrors, mirrors, mirrors. So it's very important to always check around you. Let's keep going with the most exciting. So nothing yet. We're going pretty good. Going pretty good. Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay. Over here, I think I wonder if Chris meant to do that move. I don't think he did. I think he got tunnel vision from the looks of it, which happens to the best of us. Um, I don't know if he wanted to. Sometimes people want to like close ground on other people, so they'll like make it seem like they're closing ground by cutting the track, but that ends up with you having a worse entry, having to turn harder and kill more speed, which I think is what happens here. He realizes he's gonna have to turn a lot harder than the three cars here and brake a bit more, and that quarter sort of ends up catching up with Thomas here way too fast. So yeah, that can happen. I think the main thing is just to not tunnel vision and to really stay on your line as you would usually, right? You're not close enough to do a move here. I think you're like 3/10 back. That's not enough. 2 or 3 tenths back. And to give yourself the illusion of catching the car is not good because yes, here you caught up with the car, but here you're at a huge disadvantage because you're on the inside. You got to kill more speed. You got to turn more, and on the exit you're just gonna be worse off. So in this situation, just be patient. But honestly, I don't think he was going for a move. I think it just sort of happened. But it's fine. It happens. Okay, okay, we got a bit of action here. Let's see it. Okay, going deep in, probably because you're getting chased. Oh, okay. Bryce here rotated the car fully. Oh, and I actually have Bryce's telemetry. Yeah, let's see this. I think he's carrying a bit too much brakes into the corner. With this car is like a death sentence, basically. So yeah, when you're spinning like that, just stay on the throttle you were and counter steer. So that. And you stayed in the fight, so that's pretty good. That's about all that happened here. Bryce is really tailing this guy. Okay. Still racing pretty clean. Oh, so that's a pretty good example. The guy knows, like, he can't do anything, right? He can't, especially with like four cars coming, and look at this one, another one, another one. Like he has no choice. In my opinion, checking left, he could have went reverse and start rejoining the track on the outside to not lose as much time because it's all cars coming one wide, right? There's no battle coming up, so he could have enjoyed. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's about it. Just, but he was intelligent and patient about it. That's what you have to do when you're crashed out in a race like that. So either stay there or reverse if possible. Going forward is really advisable. Okay. Oh, yeah, nice. Well, that was sort of the move I was talking about. Not too sure why it's not giving it to me anymore. Let's see if he made it stick because, like I said, here you're going to be worse off on the exit for the inside car, and even he carried too much speed. So what happened is he's just sort of giving the position back. Inside car, yeah. So McLaren car sort of just gets the place back by default. That was very close. Oh yeah, that was too close. Okay. I think the main thing is so we have Jerome here. I think from Tom's point of view, I would have let off. It is fun to chase that close, but like realistically speaking, it's not a good idea for both of you guys. Um, and if you want to talk in like racing terms, you could say that Jerome had the corner at that point because I mean, if you want to call, if you want to call this curve here a corner, but he had the corner, and it would have been safer to just lift a little bit, let him through. Especially with open wheel cars, if two wheels touch, it's basically like an explosion. So yeah, I think Jerome here sort of saw that you were a bit too close to that. I mean, I'm not saying you. I mean, I think he saw that Tom was getting a bit too close. He sort of backed out and lifted, which made the situation like 5 times worse. Realistically, what Jerome should have done is just keep it pinned and maybe veer off left if you can see that Tom is not willing to lift. But in an ideal world, to make both of you not lose as much time fighting, Tom should have maybe lifted and make it simpler for everyone. But that's to your discretion. So yeah, just gonna keep flipping, sort of blocking both of you guys. You actually came out pretty unscathed, which is surprising, but yeah. So Tom here is going for the move again. There you go. Okay, that was good. Not getting out. There you go. Maybe that happened by himself. I'm not too sure. Okay. Yeah. Um, the fighting is pretty fierce here. We're getting some good fighting, but honestly, it's being pretty calm. It's pretty calm to be honest. I'm not seeing any crazy, ridiculous moves. Still 3 minutes left of this one. Oh, there you, there you go. Just had to call it. Okay. So Luke tries to get the inside, which honestly Josh lets him, but Luke sort of doesn't stick the apex, so he veers off and goes into the side of the other car here. Just a very slow crash. I think the main thing I could recommend here is yes, you have more speed, but I think you should have just slowed down and possibly not go for the move. I mean, it comes with time, but you'll realize like, oh my God, I'm going way too fast to stick the inside on this corner, right? So I think that's just experience and preemptively like realizing like, oh, okay, I gotta slow down here because it's not gonna work for the both of us. So that happens. For pink car here, Rodrigo. I mean, the main thing you can do in this situation is just the moment you see this car doing that in your cockpit, you can see the cars spin like that. I would just go fully on the inside of the corner. Like I would be hugging the white line by this situation. At this moment, like specifically, I should be on the white line and just power through to dodge this car, which is I obviously going on the inside, and if necessary, even go even deeper on the inside to really dodge both of them. Okay, so that's that. A little bit side by side action here. Oh, okay. Main reason that happened is because you're so much on the inside, and this is Ledenon, so Ledenon things, but you're so much on the inside that you have to like brake super hard and turn super hard. It just sort of just happens like that. Um, so one of the risks. The rest of the race went pretty well, to be honest. The lap one chaos, I think, is over. Um, okay, nice move here. Mark made it pretty clean. I'd say if you want to get really well positioned in Mark's situation here, I mean you've got Gatlin giving him like basically all the track running on the middle of the white line. If you want to be like really aggressive or really well positioned at the same time, I would have told Mark to like go wheel to not wheel to wheel because ideally with these cars it's not a good idea. But you've got almost like three-quarters of a car's width available to you on the right side here. So this is good, a little idea for you. Um, so I think Gatlin here sort of locks up in reaction. Yeah, you can see. I can't see your telemetry, which is sad. I would have liked to maybe see what's going on here, but you did save it though. You didn't hit him, which is good. Apart from that, I'd say I'm trying to think here. I think you're braking a bit too late and braking too hard into the steering, which probably is the reason why you locked up the rears here. Um, Honestly, in fighting, I can understand that happening. But nice save. Let's just save both of you from a crash, so not bad. What happened here? Oh, it's a different line. Okay, I think this is the last lap. Let's see if anyone does some Hail Mary move. A little bit of fighting here, but it's clean-ish. Uh, oh, what happened? Oh, crash out by mistake. And okay, nice. Hold up. Is there another lap? Hold up. Okay, what happened? Oh, what the? Okay, let's see here. Okay, so that was interesting from Rodrigo's point of view. Just completely skipped out the car on the inside. Jeff was carrying not that much speed, I'll give it to him, so I understand why he did that move. Sort of stuck the inside there. Yeah, okay. Sort of got scared off by a car on his right here, which is Josh. So Josh gave him enough space. Again, I feel like these cars, if you're not careful, it really like tracks out very easily. As you can see, he's just sort of sliding out on four wheels into Josh here, and I think as a last resort, he just like he throws the car to the left and sort of locks up, which just throws him completely off. But you know what? Good reaction to not kill Josh on your right side. So it happens. I think you were carrying a bit too much speed though. As you can see, it's a pretty good example. Could have slowed down here, but Ledenon is such a weird track. Like I understand why he did it. You know, it's just sort of just happens. Oh, okay. I think that's too much brakes into the corner again. There's really nothing you can do for the car following the car spinning out. I mean, on such a narrow track, like there's not much to do except just brake. Pretty good fighting up front. Oh, okay, a little bit of bump out. That happens. Oh boy. Okay, let's see here. Thomas was giving him a space. I think it's just Greg not utilizing fully, yeah, the inside of the track and sort of relying on Thomas a little bit. Happens. I mean, this track in specific, I feel like is not a good representation of what the drivers are capable of because it's such a weird track. It's so confusing, and especially going side by side into these corners. It's just a nightmare, in my opinion. Oh boy, that was interesting. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. I think Zachary got sort of lost because I know this corner is very blind. Sitting in the car, you're sort of blind to what's going on. But I think he sort of reacted in a panic because he wanted to make the corner when the car on the inside, the flake McLaren here, sort of knew where he was going. But yeah, main thing here is when you're side by side into a blind corner is to not do a heavy reactionary move like he did. Sort of just veer left and then they're like, oh my god. Yeah, you maybe lose some time by reacting too late, but it's better than reacting too early and taking out another car, in my opinion. Okay, that's the race. Okay, nice. So that's going to be it for today's review. I sadly don't have the time to do race two or I guess feature race. Next time I'd like to do it. A lot of chaos in the other race, lots of crashing in the first lap. That usually happens with inverted grids though. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if there's anything I could do better or any questions you have regarding the racecraft, even for race two, even though I didn't watch it. That's about it. So see you next time.